Hello, everybody. How are you today? I just want to bring your attention to the scriptures in First Chronicles chapter 2, basically explaining about the lineage in the Old Testament dealing with the descendants of Israel, which is very much connected to Jesus Christ. But as you read through these names in First Chronicles chapter 2, verses 1 all the way through 5, 6, and 7, sometimes we read these stories and we say, oh, this is so boring. All it's talking about, this was the descendant of this descendant. This descendant became sons of this descendant. But there is very significant meaning and truth within that context. So many think it's boring. You might think your story is boring. In verses 6, it talks about the sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Zerah were Zimri and Ethan, Heman and Calcol. The sons of Carmi, verse 7, as descendants of Zimri was Achan. And we know what Achan means. Achan, which represents destruction. People were not supposed to keep what God says do not keep within our comforts or within our circles or within our own tents. But we're not going into that. We're just talking about the lineage today. And I wanted to point this to you because within this storyline, we notice that the Messiah's line comes through an illegitimate union between Judah and Tamar. Okay? And actually, it was the prostitute from Jericho and Boaz, the father Obed, through Ruth, a Moabite woman. Okay? We know that Judah and Tamar through Genesis, in Genesis chapter 38, came from the prostitute from Jericho in Joshua 2. And we know who that is Rahab. But see, these are illegitimate situations where God chose to bring forth purpose and significance out of stories that might seem insignificant. Your story, your testimony might seem insignificant, but it has significant value of truth pointing back to Jesus Christ. Only you can tell your personal testimony. So when you're reading in the Old Testament through these truths, understand it, that it has significance. There's grace wrapped through the tapestry of your story that points back to Jesus. There's grace and significance in your story. Tell your story. Tell your testimony. Because we overcome the enemy by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. And they did not love their lives as unto death. Be encouraged today. God bless you.